on time. We started our preparation on time, and this is raising results so far. So, and I think the way we are going and the caliber of players and the way the management is handling proceedings in the team, I think we can go far.
All right. Next port of call will be the CAF Confederation Cup. We understand the match against Bloemfontein Celtic, the return leg, will be in Benin Republic this weekend, right? 23rd, we here, right?
Yes.
Okay. How ready is your team for that one? And when are you even leaving Nigeria to go and play in Benin Republic?
Well, we are ready for the game. You know, this game should have been played earlier before now.
Sure.
Though there was a little bit of a setback. But I think we have overcome that, and we are looking forward to the game in the Republic. Actually, it's supposed to be our home game here in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. But now taking it to the Republic is like away from home. So I think that the advantage is to the opponent. But then we are ready for it wherever we play. And we believe that if we can beat them in South Africa, it's possible we can beat them again in the Republic. All we need is to put our heads together and work harder. So that is it. So we are ready. The team is leaving Port Harcourt tomorrow to Benin Republic, here Lagos, and from there we take it up. We have our advanced team who is already in Benin Republic, but Novo, putting things together for us. I think we are set for the game.
All right, Coach. There's no. You don't need the prophecy to know that Rivers United will go through to the next round. I don't think there's any prophecy anywhere. You have done the business already in South Africa, and not underrating the South Africans. We believe you advance to the next round, and of course, in the next round is Enyimba, a familiar foe.
I want to let you know something. Hello.
Yeah, Coach, go ahead.
Yeah, there is this notion that it's a walkover. I don't think there is any match that is a walkover. If the South Africans will prepare from Bloemfontein to come to the Republic to play, you should expect a fire, sudden fire from them. You expect something very tough. So we are not relenting. We are not going to allow complacency. That's why we are giving it every effort that we have to give to that game. Especially when we are not playing in Port Harcourt. It's a very tricky one, so we have to be very careful. So we're not underrating them. And the 2 goals advantage we've got shouldn't be a reason for us to relax. So,
Coach, are you saying that you are not thinking about Enyimba already?
Enyimba?
Are you not thinking about Enyimba in the CAF Confederation Cup already?
One hurdle before another.
Okay, one game at a time.
Yes, let us finish the one first before I talk about Enyimba.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach Stanley Guma. We wish you good luck this weekend ahead of the game against Bloemfontein Celtic.
Thank you very much.
And we also hope you continue the winning streak here in the MPFL as well.
We'll try our best.
All right. Thank you. Coach Stanley Guma of Rivers United joining us on the show. He says he's taking it one game at a time. Let's deal with Bloemfontein Celtic before we talk about him. I was going to ask him whether there will be any... that question will definitely still come. Because, it's a no-brainer. Obviously, Rivers United are supposed to go through to the next round, right? Do you see the South Africans causing any sort of upset? That will mean beating Rivers United 3-0 in Benin Republic.
It's not even up to 3-0. It's 2-0 and we are going to penalties. So it's not even up to 3-0. We've seen 3-0
something they couldn't do at home in South Africa.
We've seen 3-0 overturned in some countries, but we know for sure
Eguma's team they don't consider.
Yeah, just in your defense.
Guys, let's quickly shift our attention to the league. Just quickly before we go to the phone lines, Enyimba beat Kano Pillars in the star match 2-1. Abia Warriors finally got a point on this season with that 1-0 draw against Ifeanyi. It could have been all three. They led for most part of the encounter, but they considered that equalizer. The 2 Christians on target right there. Rivers United looks like they also mean business this season. 4 big wins, already, and they're cruising.
Well, Emeka, before the season even began, they showed us that they meant business. They brought in some of the finest players in the MPFL. So I think that tells us the story. And the results we are also seeing now, cause and effect. They brought in big players, and we are seeing the
big
effect
results
already. Yeah.
Okay. So how about Kano Pillars saying Bachidubim? They make up that fixture.
Well,
did he live up to his billing?
Well, he did. 2 goals. 2 goals to 1, 3 goals, So he definitely lived up to the billing. Of course, when you want to write off Enyimba, they find a way shock you. Or
you can't keep a good man down for too long, you know.
But I sure good job is done so far with this team. But despite the fact that they lost some of their best players in virtually all the departments, you lost Fellow High, and of course the striker who left to
Stanley Dimba went to South Africa.
So it's still a good thing that he somehow is able to keep the side in check and get the results against some of the best sides, inflicting Canopila's first defeat of the season.
Still sticking with you quickly, has Imama saved his job at Abia Warriors?
Well,
by drawing 1-1 away from home against FC Fire by their first point this season.
Well, I think if he has 4 points from a possible 9, perhaps he will save his job. And I'm saying this because I think he's going to get 3 points at home against MFMFC. I don't think he's going to beat Lobby Stars at the Barraco Stadium. So I think 4 points should suffice.
All right. We now go to reveal our player of the week as well as the club of the week. Player of the week award will go to Christian Samuel of Abia Warriors. He scored the only goal in Abia Warriors 1-1 draw. As he scored the goal for Abia Warriors that earned them a point, their first this season on the road, and more or less saved Imama Mapakabo's job. And the club of the week will go to Wiki Torres for drawing 1-1 away from home in Uyo against title hopefuls Aqua United, the promise keepers. That one ended in a 1-1 draw yesterday. Aqua United versus Wiki Torres. So play to Christian Samuel of Abia Warriors and Wiki Torres are our player and club of the week. All right, it's now time to go to the phone lines to hear from you guys out there. Please keep it short, sweet, and simple. Let's hear from you. 0817 0000951. 0817 0000951. That's the first number. You can also reach us on the second one. That's 0810 9510 Let's go to the phone lines. Keep it short and simple. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Good to have you on the show. Your name and the location.
This is no photocopy. I call from Winnipeg.
Good to have you on the show. Let's hear you.
Concerning the suspension of women league, I have few questions to ask. If after 1 month those clubs does not comply,
that's the question I also wanted to ask Aisha Falode. Will the league still continue the suspension?
Is listening why I'm asking. Is listening one way or the other.
Okay.
So what happens after 1 month if they don't comply?
We will ask her personally. She has to answer that one.
Then whose responsibility it is to conduct this test?
They said it's the clubs that will conduct the test. It's the clubs. All right.
To conduct the test and to bring the vaccine, which one is easy?
Bringing vaccine is a different thing altogether. Thank you so much, No Photocopy, for your call. We have the veteran Cyril Dumwite joining us as always on the show this afternoon. Cyril, good afternoon to you and welcome to today's Sports Live. Hello, Cyril. Oh, sorry, we seem to have lost him there. I'll try to get back across to him to share his thoughts on the show. I'm sure he wants to lend his voice on any of the issues that we've discussed already on the show this afternoon. That's talking about Cyril Dumwite, the veteran sports journalist right here in Port Harcourt. And of course, let's go back to the phone lines. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome to today's Sports Live.
Yeah, I'm Gifted Gift calling from Imo State.
Good to have you on the show. Gift from Imo State. Heartland, they are following your hand, Nabi.
Yes, but I believe we'll bounce back after the political buha.
It's okay. All right, let's hear you, Gift.
Yeah, he is going to Imama Makabo.
Amapakabo.
Yeah, I said it. Imama, when he lost from the age grade competition of Nigeria, he complained one thing that the Nigerian players lack the ability to understand
tactics.
But it came to me as a surprise, seeing him accepting a Nigerian job again.
But he won the league with the Nigerian club. Have you forgotten? In 2016, he won the league with Rangers.
He won it with Rangers. How did they understand his tactics then?
That's what you will ask him the next time you see him.
Well, I wonder why Nigerian coaches, when they fail to perform, they blame it on players without blaming it on themselves.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's leave it there and go to the next line. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon to you. Today's Sports Live.
Good afternoon.
Your name and the location, please.
Grandpa.
Grandpa, good to have you on the show. Talk to us.
Yes. Rivers United lost sometimes, and the coach says lack of concentration. Hartman has lost now. Their own coach says lack of concentration.
The next thing you now hear, they will go to the drawing board. They will not go to the drawing board.
Why did the concentration? Now that they say that Rivers United will play at the Benin Republic. If the problem is to provide those who from contaminate or contacting COVID-19 from the South Africans, if they carry if they have the...
No, it's not about the South Africans. It's about the government not allowing South African team, giving them the waiver. They wanted them to come, but they will stay 14 days before they play. And those guys are saying it's too long. So that was why they didn't allow them to enter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, if Nigeria goes to play with them now...
They have played already now. We have played already there.
Who guarantee that they'll play the 14 days? So these policies are of nowhere. They are not giving any person anything.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's leave it there. Thank you for your thoughts right there. Chidubem, we have some messages coming through, right?
Yeah, we do. Stuff on the WhatsApp platform. This one is saying, Emeka, what's the score between the Eaglets and the Baby Elephants? We did say that earlier.
Yeah, the Baby Elephants won 3-2.
It goes to 2. The Eaglets are
they lost in the final,
but they're true to the AFCON
CAF under 17
AFCON March. And this other one says, good afternoon, guys. Why do MPFL players and coaches always put it on God for their victories and defeats?
Yeah, that's
devoid of any
because it's the truth. That's what God helps them to do all these things. And at the end of the day, they have to appreciate God.
Well, but he says devoid of any tactical abilities or managerial
No, they still have, but somehow they reference God so much in all these things. Because without God, what can you do?
Well,
it's written in the Bible. Without God, you can do nothing.
Of course. But you have to tell us how you got the job done too. How many times do you hear your club, Guardiola, Hurricane say it's by the will of God? They won
They're not a good church for them. they're not religious.
Who did this to us? Michael from Rumo. Well, I think I've heard once Sterling say it's God, but it's really, really seldom they do that. Good afternoon to you all. I don't see the reason why we should keep the under-17 and under-20 coach. They should sack them. As for Rivers United, the league is for us. That's coming from Skillful Peru, and it's texting from Apoku Ichi.
All right. I'm afraid that's the much we can take. Apologies to you out there if your message or your calls could not go through. Cyril Dunwita tried to reach us. Of course, we picked the call, but somehow the network was acting up. Cyril, maybe tomorrow you can join us on the show later. That's the size of the package. Many thanks to the Superman Wisdom Obina who put this together, and to Chidubem for his expert analysis. Many thanks. The biggest of thanks, as a matter of fact, to you out there for being a part of the show. Join us tomorrow, same time, for another exciting show. Sports Attack comes your way.
I've always been destined to win. Yo, my speed and stability, all my ability came from within. As long as I see my potential, there's no limit to what I'll achieve. Yo, give it up for the master. See how I master my dreams.
Latest, Today 95.1 FM.
Today 95.1 FM. Board Hardcore. News update.
Good afternoon. Here's the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Wealth Wilson. Former chairman of Ogubolo Local Government Council in Rivers State, Maureen Tamuno, has been posted by the federal government as Nigeria's ambassador to Jamaica. Maureen Tamuno is among 52 other career ambassadors recently posted by the federal government for a national assignment. Tamuno, who is also a former member of the Rivers State House of Assembly, was in August last year nominated by the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, for the Rivers State slot, taking over from Nigeria's immediate past ambassador to Netherlands, Ambassador Oji Ngufa. Just defendants in the matter remain the rightful people to produce persons to be installed as the paramount ruler of Aganolu community. The judge ruled that any step already taken by the second defendants and claimants is illegal, just as he directed the Rumokuta Council of Chiefs to install only any person recommended by the Oroma family. Justice Danagogo consequently issued a perpetual injunction against the claimants and second defendants and awarded the sum of 500,000 naira in favor of Oroma family. This report says Pope Francis has appointed the Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Matthew Kuka, into the Pontifical Council for Human Rights, Justice and Development. The Director of Social Communications of the Sokoto Diocese, Chris Omotosho, made this known in a statement circulated in the media. Omotosho described Kuka's appointment as a positive development, stating that it would bring about a lot of development and goodwill to the people of God, especially to the Nigerian Catholics. The appointment was signed on behalf of Pope by His Eminence Peter Cardinal Turkson, the prefect of the Pontifical Council for Human Rights, Justice and Development. Rights lawyer Femi Falana has filed a complaint at the United Nations against Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni for illegally detaining his main opponent in the recently concluded presidential election, Robert Kyagulanyi, fondly known as Bobi Wine. Falana, a senior advocate of Nigeria, in a statement said that Bobi Wine had been denied access to his lawyers in a bid to prevent him from filing a petition against the declaration of Museveni as the winner of the highly flawed presidential election. The lawyer said his firm has submitted a complaint against the government of Uganda to the United Nations Working Group. The World Health Organization Chief Tedros Ghebreyesus has warned rich countries against taking control of COVID-19 vaccine doses while the poorest suffer. Ghebreyesus blasted vaccine manufacturers for chasing regulatory approval in well approval. He said the world is on the brink of a catastrophic moral failure, and the price of this failure will be paid with lives and livelihoods in the world's poorest countries. Countries around the world stepped up their coronavirus vaccine. An independent panel for pandemic preparedness and response concluded in a report said both the World Health Organization and Beijing could have acted faster when COVID-19 first surfaced in China a year ago. And that was the news update on Today 95.1 FM. Do not forget, take responsibility, wash your hands frequently with soap or running water, avoid touching your face in high contact surfaces to prevent coronavirus. Once again, good afternoon. I'm Elf Wilson. Thank you for listening. Do stay tuned as the platform on radio comes up next.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's our court.
Every year in this country, hardly a day passes without news of a fire outbreak in some part of the country, causing fear and panic among the people. Needless to say, we need to remind ourselves of the possibility of an outbreak at any time. This is what is likely to prevent us from being taken by surprise. Always put off appliances when not in use. Do not overload electrical sockets. Fuel your generator before, not when in use. Avoid fixing electrical faults personally when used.
Personalities all struggling to gain attention. But in the race for deadlines, the intrigues, power play on the currents are often missed or underreported.
Insecurity here is basically a product of poverty.
But not anymore.
As the platform on radio steps in to fill the missing links on events, issues, and personalities in the news.
I'm not afraid of anybody. Yeah!
The platform on radio serves only the hottest topics and trending issues. Only on Today 95.1 FM.
95.1 FM.
Port Harcourt. Every weekday at 4 p.m. Get on the platform on radio.
All stands, greet.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. You're welcome to Jagbajantis High School. My name is Sound Sultan, your new mathematics teacher. By the way, do you understand Pidgin English? Yes, sir. Okay, now what we go use henceforth? Okay, carry your paper. Carry your paper. Hey. Fem for my class. People of this world, them plenty. Hey. The sins of this people, many. So many. Many times plenty, multiplier. Many times plenty, multiplier. Multiplier. The answer you get now waiting, they make poor man they cry. The answer you get now waiting, they make rich man they mess and leaders they lie. The answer you get now waiting, they make young boys and girls join party gang. Answer you get now waiting, they make innocent man rot inside the jail. Get it, and then agree to grant and bail. Get it, oh. Everybody, oh yeah, oh, join Jamba Jantis, make we solve mathematics. We did about our continent, so ya carry by be for brotherhood.
Love your neighbor as yourself,
oh, for objectivity.
Be objective, gentlemen, lady.
D for democracy.
No matter how bad it is, never military.
Now M for modification
of our behavior, let's stand to the same behavior.
A, accountability.
If you've been a chop money, I beg you take them easy.
S for solidarity.
United and divided, oh my share.
We enter new millennium. Nigerians like 120 million. One population of 6 billion.
6 billion.
Divide that 1 by 120 million all together. Oh yeah.
All together.
The answer you get now waiting, they make people they jar. Come on for Niger. Answer you get now waiting, they make people want travel. By hook or by crook. The answer you get now waiting, they make people they sleep for embassy, for visa. Answer you get now waiting, they make people they sell them property for ticket. Get it. Then they travel, see. Get it. Oh, hey. Everybody, oh yeah, oh,
join Jamba Jantis, we solve mathematics.
We did about our continent, so
Oyibo say na partners
we go use take
solve mathematics. So follow Jamba Jantis.
So ya carry by be for brotherhood.
Love your neighbor as yourself,
oh, for objectivity.
Be objective, gentlemen, lady.
Be for democracy.
No matter how bad it is, never military. Money, I beg you take them easy.
S for solidarity. United we stand and divided.
Oh my shell.
You just the HSCity.
Shut it down.
And there's the VG City.
Shut it down.
Micro level for HSCity. A rich man gonna be VG City. You try at AJ and VG City all together. Oh yeah,
all together.
The answer you get now waiting, they make rich man oppress and then suppress. The answer you get now waiting, they make poor man depress. But then aggress. The answer you get now waiting, they make poor man they try to keep up with the Joneses. Answer you get now waiting, they make poor man begin. They try to prove a limit. Get it. And we get money then they finish. About our continent, so Oyibo say the partners we
in the news.
I'm not afraid.
On your Premium Talk radio station today, 95.1 FM. Rivers State High Court resolves tussle over traditional stool in Obiakpo. We also have Rivers State Police Command for Sea Pirates attack just days after the Bonny people protested in Port Harcourt. Now, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu announces plans by Lagos State government to purchase COVID-19 vaccines for residents. Let's quickly... Deni, a deputy superintendent of police, said operatives foiled the latest attack and rescued the passengers on the targeted boat. Now, DSP Adeniyi disclosed that the driver of the speedboat ferrying the passengers to Bonny from Port Harcourt, identified as one Inge Hart, has been detained for violating existing navigation laws. saying that he exposed ban from use. The police added that Hart will be charged to court for the offenses of endangering lives of, sea travelers and disobedience to a lawful order not to move through the banned Dutch Island VIP Creek. Now, here's the question we have to ask concerning this particular matter. Now, can we possibly say, or can it just be a conspiracy or some sort of speculation, that some boat drivers are culpable in this incidence of piracy in Bonny or even Billy? I mean, there's been a ban on the use of a certain route, and we have boat drivers who would venture to navigate on creeks that have been banned for use, isn't it? And we know that, such places are being banned because apparently there's been incessant reports or cases of pirates who intercept these boats, kidnap and even harass, travelers using that route. So can we say some boat drivers are in or are facilitators of incidents of piracy in Bonny and Billy? That's not the only question we have concerning this particular matter. Another thing we have to also, think about is what measures or what other measures are security agencies to put in place to monitor the activities on the waterways. Are they doing enough? Or are there other things that they could deploy? I mean, using surveillance, right? Other things that they should do to ensure that this crime against people on waterways.
Good afternoon, my sister. Well,
good afternoon.
My name is Ololo from Bainete.
You're welcome. Please go on.
Yes. Now, the problem in Abonema, the
0951 or 0810-9510-951. Text messages, WhatsApp messages to the number 0701 9339 962. 95.1 FM.
Yeah, well, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, the truth is some of these boat drivers are connected to the sea pirates. Even just like some of the drivers driving on the land are also connected to this, some of these kidnappers and armed robbers. Because I've been a victim. 2011, I was calling for Abuja, I've been a victim. And we all concluded that the driver knew something about it. So there is no how they will give instruction to the drivers not to pass that way. And he wanted to pass that way to tell the people that he wants a shortcut, or he wanted them to go to the village to these kidnappers and armed robbers. That is just the truth.
So is there anything security agencies can do to ensure that they properly monitor the activities?
Yes, I think the security are also wrong to tell us to set
balance around the area and monitor movement as well. Somewhat have been
collected all the money, my phone inside my pocket, and they dropped somewhere. So if the driver was not with them, that time I was shouting, let's take this and stop. He would have stopped. So what I'm saying is that people should stop what they're doing, because they may steal your mother tomorrow, or your father, or your brother, or your wife. And again, the community leaders should be asked to point out these ones. They should not be afraid of life. They should point them out. They are within their communities, and people know them. Let people speak out. Let the leaders speak out. Otherwise, it will not stop, because they know who are these pirates. And then, correct information should be given to the authorities, the security authorities. And the security people should keep their mouth shut, don't expose anyone, and do something. You see that this will stop. Thank you. I remain Grandpa.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much for your contribution there. I'll just take calls from there. Just send in messages. Just messages. There's no need trying to call the number issued, okay? I think it's time for us to move on, seeing that we don't have any messages yet on this particular matter on the SMS portal. Let's move on now to talk about Rivers State High Court and their judgment on the traditional stool here in Rivers State. Now, a Rivers State High Court has resolved the litigation over the traditional stool of Rumaga Nolu community in Obiakpo local government area of the state 10 years after. The family of Rumoeke has claimed to be the third and second son of Aganolu, had approached the court seeking an order of the court to declare their family the rightful people to assume the paramount stool of the community, while the second Justice M.W. Danagogo in his judgment said the claimants and second defendants in the matter failed to establish their cases. Justice Danagogo ruled that members of the Oroma family, who are the first defendants in the matter. Now, the judge ruled that any step already taken by the second defendants and claimants is illegal. Just as he directed that Rumokuta Council of Chiefs to install only persons recommended by the Oroma family. Justice Danagogo consequently issued a perpetual injunction against the claimant and the second defendants and awarded the sum of 500,000 naira in favor of the Oroma family. Now, counsel to the third defendant in the matter, Issa Siudo.
Upon the death of late Chief A.A. Chinda of Roma, that is the Oloka the second, the chieftaincies too became vacant by virtue of death. However, under Equity native law and custom, the mourning period of 1 year must be allowed to pass by the claimants and the second defendant counter-claimant. And the court agreed with the first defendant, that is the Oroma family, and the third defendant, the Yemenu family, to the effect that, look, anything done before now by the claimants, that is OK family, and the Owuso family, the second family, that they are illegal, invalid, and does not exist. And that the Rumokuta Council of Chiefs must only, by the order of court, to only accept any person produced by the Oroma family, the first kitchen.
All right. Our correspondent, Uchendo Ojoa, reports that with the judgment of the State High Court presided over by Justice M.W. Danagogo, Rumo in Obiakpa local government area of Rivers State do not have paramount ruler pending when Oroma family nominates and presents an individual to the Rumokuta Council of Chiefs for installation. Now, we can tell you authoritatively that the Rivers State High Court is inundated with hundreds of cases relating to different traditional stools in virtually all the local government areas of the state. Now, the real concern is why families find it hard to reach a compromise or a decision as to who would, assume or continue with the paramount on the paramount stool, that is. They always have to sue for peace rather than resort to actions that would further, cement whatever gap that they have amongst themselves. Pretty much what they do is, take the case to court and elongate matters for themselves, which would likely cause disunity in their communities and amongst, the relevant heads of the community. Now, we're going to call our correspondent for more details about the court story. But then, why is it difficult for families of royal lineage or who are supposed to produce or provide for the communities with rulers or paramount traditional rulers? Why is it difficult for them to come to, an agreement or some sort of consensus that allows for them to choose who and when a family or clan is supposed to produce the next paramount ruler? Why is it hard for them to resort to, family selection, meetings, and agreement to compromise, and in the end of the day, causing some sort of rift or disunity between the community, clan heads, or what have you? Why is it very difficult? And why is it very common in communities here in Rivers State? There's always issue about who should be mounting the paramount stool, who should be the head of the community, who shouldn't be, and the next thing you know, they've gone to court. Why is it difficult for them to resolve their problems amicably amongst themselves? Let's let's get to hear from our correspondent Uchendu Ejowo. Just give me a minute or two there. Let me see how I can get him on the phone.
Jobless men, greedy people who are looking for their selfish interest. That's not clear thought.
They are not hereditary. Some are the person these people are going to meet, just like the other speaker said, poverty. And then because of that greed, for you to assume and control your people, whether you are entitled to the throne or not, you must fight a way to be there.
All right.
And that is why we are experiencing all these disaffections. And he also mentioned poverty, no work, and everybody wants to be a chief. And then in your community, if when those crumbs come, you swallow everything. You take everything, and you get what you are talking. Thank you.
Of the that I cannot know his name. Who will now install that particular
Audience of the tradition of the area, which is they would understand which clan or which family is supposed to nominate or even bring up somebody who would assume the position.
has gone to the family to present himself, and in this guy that was nominated by the entire family, and the whole community decided to install the person. You may not blame the community by that side, because the community understand that they are the same, the same parents, the same. But now, don't be surprised. Last time they had traditional rulers in River State. They had a meeting with the quarterly meeting they used to have with the governor. They had it on 31st of last year. They requested that some of them who are learned be made judges, customary court judges that know the tradition and custom of the people, so that the judgment of this thing, of this kind of case, will be made very easy. In fact, they should be judges. They should be made
customary court
directed to them. Yeah, directed to them to handle. That is their suggestion. But I think the governor, in his wisdom that day, have said, well, we will look into it and see how they can be.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ochendu, for giving us a clearer insight into what's going on. Well, the question still stands. Should we not have families or clan or community heads who, first of all, understand the tradition? Because we keep talking about culture, African culture. We're supposed to understand that in our culture, whenever a person is supposed to assume or, be coronated into kingship or leadership within the community, they are process. Okay, this is how ages pass. This is how we no longer understand how this process should be. Paramount ruler of a certain community. 510-95162 95.1 FM.
Yes, it has always been there. Just like what his name said earlier. They've come to see these two as means to an end. They don't somehow see it as something that they will feed from, to help them to feed. You understand? So that is the right thing to rule the people.
All right.
Politics have also come into it. Most of these politicians have also hijacked it and used their position and power to install those that they want. So it is all a problem. Here we are not really disciplined. Like in the north, you understand, they are so disciplined that you don't hear this. Even in the Yoruba land, they are so disciplined. The ways are clear on how people can emerge. So it's who we are, honestly, well, the kind of people we are here in the South. So it's really unfortunate that we have looked at even the court judgment, 12 years for a simple case.
That could have just been resolved.
12 good years to the entire thing. But it's a shame and unfortunate that knowing the truth, we know the truth, but yet we just want to cut corners and then get something that do not even belong to us.
All right, thank you.
Yes, well, it's to me, it is a pity that a lot of communities, especially in the Niger Delta, desecrated their traditional schools. And maybe God is annoyed too, because if you destroy ancestral homes, automatically you are not going to function very well. So it is greed that is really disturbing us. Another area too is, so some people too, if there's something that does not concern them, they will now negotiate with Share, and Share will recognize them. And there was a division within the community or within the family. You see them going to court, fight. And the court too, it's another problem. Because you are judging a case. You just based on the litigants alone. The lawyer who will be telling you what is happening in another person's community. You go to call a Yoruba judge, or you call Igbo judge to come and make a case in your family who does not know the history of the family. Because somebody will tell him, create lies and everything. So politically too, the politicians are not doing the best. Because you see them, if you don't support them, like during the American period, you know that in some communities, schools were immediately created, as against the will of the various families. And then when this government came into, they created their own too, the other one. So these are the things we are just seeing. Because if there is any recognition to be done, they will have to follow the due process. That is what is happening in the north and in the west. That's why I don't see those people going to court. They don't quarrel.
All right then.
The rightful way, ancestral means of enthroning somebody is being followed. So there is no problem. When you see our area, you see interest will be coming in. And when once the interest comes in, automatically in the process they will die and let the case others will take up.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your contribution. We have to quickly move on now because of time. Let's look at Lagos State. Lagos State government has disclosed that it is monitoring activities of the federal government on the distribution of COVID-19 vaccines in the country. Now, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu also said his administration has opened talks with manufacturers of COVID-19 vaccine to augment whatever will be distributed by the federal government. All right. Now, Governor Sanwo-Olu at a media briefing in Port Harcourt said these efforts are being made to ensure that Lagosians are well catered for when the vaccines arrive Nigeria. Let's get to listen to the governor.
We're closely monitoring the ongoing discussion by federal government to procure vaccines for use in Nigeria. We have also opened discussions with various vaccine manufacturers so that when the vaccines come eventually, we can ensure that Lagosians are well catered for. And so in the meantime, simply partnering with the private sector in the management of COVID-19 pandemic in the areas of testing, which I've mentioned, oxygen deployment, as well as the clinical management of moderate to severe cases.
Well, the governor also said over 500 persons have been arrested and convicted for violating COVID-19 protocols, just as he warned that the task force will keep clamping down on violators of COVID-19 regulations.
Accordingly, the Lagos State government will deploy effective messaging and education while rigorously enforcing all guidelines through the respective state agencies. We will continue to clamp down on all persons and organizations who flout the protocols and the guidelines we have established. So far, and I'm sure you're aware, a total of about 500
protocols and avoid any uncontrollable outbreak of the virus. Now, this announcement by the Lagos State government comes at a time when many governors have been almost silent and once again say Lagos has taken the lead in the management of COVID-19 pandemic. And then, talking about the Lagos State government wanting to get into talks with manufacturers of the COVID-19 vaccine to augment whatever the government would be giving to the state, should we not see when the vaccines come into the country, probably research by our research institutes, and see a replication or recreation of such vaccines if we can in Nigeria? Honestly, that's something we should consider. Think about it. That's something we should consider. But anyway, let's get to hear from you. What do you think? 0817 00951 or 0810 9510951. Text messages to the number 0701 9339 962. 95.1 FM.
Lady Wells.
You're welcome again, Lawson.
As the NMA boss has said, there's no way this thing can be distributed completely. I don't have any faith in that Ministry of Health. No, I think that most of these vaccines will be diverted. That's why when the governor said they'll be monitoring activities, you understand, the Federal Ministry of Health, the activities here to see how this is distributed. I agree in this vaccine, but would the Ministry of Health divert them, just as we've seen other times where even when clearly it is not for sale, you see them, they find their way into pharmacies, put everything out to Nigerians.
All right.
I feel Ministry of Health cannot.
All right.
Most of it will be diverted and it will go into some private pockets. So government should look for another way out, not Federal Ministry of Health. Thank you.
Okay. He doesn't have faith in the Ministry of Health. And, there are lots of things that we have to consider, especially with the vaccination of all Nigerians, if we must. The Lagos State government already taking their own vaccines. What about other states? 95.1 FM.
Hello? Wait.
Yes.
You are aware that some drugs are manufactured at overseas for Nigerians only. So don't you think if every state will go and talk of their own, that they fit the ones given to the Americans, so they want to say that we have one of that.
Okay, but I understand what you're saying, Grandpa. But then again, this is a vaccine that is to be globally distributed.
Of the vaccine, so that it becomes the same. Because now that chief has been shouting that people will bring fake vaccines into this country. She has said it. I'm not the one saying it. The boss has said it. So if we have a research center, or if we have the access control of all the vaccines, and then make sure that
I really don't know what to do with your message, really. Singtu says you will see the difference in the color of vaccine. Trust Nigeria for that COVID-19 vaccine. Will run by force. Okay. Well, anyway, NAFDAC has said that whenever the vaccines come in, they would have to ensure that it doesn't have any side effects or it's not hazardous for Nigerians and the persons who will be vaccinated in the country. But then again, that doesn't stop us as a people from putting in, a lot of monies or a lot of effort into our research institutes to ensure that we can either replicate what they've given us so that we can double the amount of vaccines that we have, or even see how we can.
Ẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́gbẹ̀ lẹ́yìn mi. Ẹ jọ̀wọ́ kí náà pè ní kúrẹ́tọ̀. Olùdásílẹ̀. Mo ní kí náà pè ní fáńdà. Olùdásílẹ̀. Olúwaṣínà Peters. Olùdásílẹ̀ Afrojuju. Àtìkọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ rí. Ayé òde pátá dáradà wọ́n kàn lè fọwọ́ aago sẹ́yìn ni. Àsìkò àwa yóò tìrẹ ó kàn yé bí inú wa. Ọ̀ṣọ́ ni yọ ṣàgó. Kò sí bọ́ ṣe máa dúdú tàbí kọrin àfojúdù tó máa dàbí ẹni tó ní. Kò sí bọ́ ṣe máa dúdú tàbí kọrin àfojúdù tó máa dàbí ẹni tó ní. Oníkanlá jẹ́ oṣó ọmọ Pétérù kì í dé o. Ṣínà Peter Zola Afrojuju. Afrojuju ìbẹ̀rù ìjà o.
I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM. Port Harcourt, are you?
All right, a very wonderful evening to you listening to me right now on your premium talk news and sports station, Today 95.1 FM. How has your day been? Have you been having a very wonderful day? Have you been having a very productive day? Right here with me in the studio, I chose to already start giving him some accolades, the new year, complimenting him because of how he looks and, how he has been throughout last year and this year. Mr. Petrus, you're welcome.
Good evening. Thanks for having me. And a Happy New Year, Port Harcourt.
Happy New Year. Port Harcourt people have been eager to listen to you one more time.
Thank you so much.
All right. So tell us, why are you here today?
All right. I'm here to talk about, it's a new year and people are they've set their financial goals for the year. And I'm here to talk about the strategies and how they can use these strategies to achieve, make sure they achieve their financial goals. Now, you and I know that every year people set up every year people set up their financial goals. And the thing about it is that what strategies are they doing to achieve this? So whenever they set up these financial goals, they just fold their hands and expect miracles to happen.
All right.
So it's normal trend with people.
Okay.
So, but I tell people that one way to achieve your financial strategy, your financial goals this year is just to create alternative source of income. If you look at what is going on with the economy, you will understand that, listen, creating alternative ways you can make money and the possibility, because look at all the rich men around you, they all have alternative ways they're making, they have multiple sources of income. So you need to start thinking that, listen, the one way to help me out, we are in recession already, the only way to help you out is to think of alternative ways you can make money, which is key. Now, the one thing we know that people try, and this achieving the alternative way of income is for the serious minded. I use the word serious minded because every year people expect miracles happen. People will just fold their hands and make new resolutions. I want to hit this kind of target, and at the end of the day, you're not pushing yourself, you're not doing extra things to make sure you achieve your target. So, and we've gotten to a stage where we need to look at, okay, critically, what do I need to do? A couple of years ago, I was like this people. Every year I make resolutions, which I've never kept.
Okay.
I didn't keep then. So what kept me going was like, okay, I'll make this resolution. Then until one day, a friend of mine introduced me to a seminar, financial fitness seminar, which FSTM organized, where I was just directed on how to achieve my financial goals. I was directed on step-by-step approach by a tutor who is a renowned financial market expert, teaching me, listen, Petrus, you know your financial aspirations, but this is how you trying to. He made me understand that I need to look inward. I've had a lot of people say, Petrus, I want to achieve this. I want to make my financial goals, but I need to depend on my uncle, my friends for funds to start one or two businesses. This era, this 2021 is not this time to procrastinate. It's a time to take action. It's time to wake up from a slumber and say, I need to work. I need something new. So what you need to do is look inward. There are resources. By attending that seminar, I was able to look at inward and said, okay, there are things I can start. There's something I can do on my little own. Look, for instance, I'm connected to internet and I have a smartphone. There are a lot of opportunities. The seminar I attended was an eye-opener because it told me that, listen, you can start small. You can look at your phone. You can start there. The opportunities on internet, opportunities on online, you can start with.
Yes.
Start there, start making small money to support yourself. So from there, it will create alternative ways of making money that you get. From there, you can achieve your financial freedom. So that is what we're trying to tell people, that this year you need to start looking inward. A lot of people are using it on the line, online, but what do they do online?
With the time spent on social media.
The worst part of it, I received so many calls. People tell me like, Mr. President, I'm online. I don't have job. How can you be online? You don't have anything to do. There are a lot of opportunities out there that can make available online that can enable you an extra income. And in this 2020, if you're not thinking of making extra income to survive the financial year, my brother, you're working for a failure. So think of alternative ways you can make money, especially online. We have over 50 million people in Nigeria are connected online. So what do? They just do Facebook and start doing selfies, burn the data, spend more money.
And
in fact, I said it last year.
The trends.
I'm telling you, I've said it last year. If anything you're doing now does not have economic value, I think you should put a stop to it.
Right.
You need to think of, listen, whatever I'm doing, what's the profit in there for me? So if you have that data, if you have that internet, if you have access to internet, why not convert to money making? Look for opportunities out there, and there are tons of opportunities out there that can make you create alternative ways you can make money and make sure you stay financially fit for the year.
Okay, you already gave us a run through of most of the things I wanted to ask, and I believe most people listening to you right now already getting the clear picture of what you're talking about. Now you have the seminar coming up, and just tell us more about the seminar and how people can participate in the seminar.
All right, quick one. The seminar is tagged Financial Fitness Seminar. Now, why we talk about Financial Fitness Seminar is because you need to stay financially fit.
Okay.
Now, for you to stay financially fit, you need to create alternative ways you can make money.
Yeah.
Now, every day people try to stay healthily fit, physically, healthily fit.
Yeah.
Thereby doing some physical exercise. The same way you strive to stay financially fit. So, what we're trying to do at this seminar is to show you, listen, you have your financial aspirations, you have financial goals. We need to create way you can understand how to grow these financial goals.
Okay.
You need to create the strategies that need to achieve these financial goals. People need to understand that, listen, we are in recession. You need to understand that how bad the economy has been. But you need to understand government is not going to give out palliatives again. You need to understand how to start to create your own palliative, how to start to build your own wealth. Listen, people, the light issue, light issue, people bought generator for an alternative. They made a plan for themselves. They bought alternative to create light power for themselves. We had water issues. People created, boreholes for themselves to make it possible. The same way, we have economic issues. You need to create funds for yourself.
Okay.
You need to create alternatives where you can make money.
Okay.
So this is what we have. Team of experts coming up this seminar, coming up to tell you how to do this stuff in this seminar. Grow your finances from nothing to something.
Okay.
Now this seminar is coming up this Friday, 22nd of January,
okay,
and also on Saturday, 23rd of January. Time is 10 a.m. prompt. Now, for Friday event, the venue is at River State ICC Center. It's popular, opposite Pressure Park, Aba Express Road. It's very popular on Friday. Then on Saturday is at FSTM office, 6667 Olu Obasanjo Road, opposite First Bank. Is well known.
Okay.
So it's a free event. It's an opportunity to start the year on a high note, to understand, listen, I have financial aspirations. I need to look for ways to achieve my wealth. I need to acquire knowledge to step-by-step approach. Now, I tell people to look at opportunities online. There are tons of opportunities online. We will talk about various opportunities online, especially the e-trading business, where you have opportunity to learn about financial e-trading business, how you can sell gold, how you can sell financial asset like gold, crude oil, and things like that without physically owning them. So all these things are going to be opportunity for you to understand and listen, I need to use my phone to do something better.
All right.
Stop doing
Stop wasting time doing irrelevant things. Yes.
You need to start converting those things to money-making ways.
Okay.
That is what you need to do. Don't blame people. You have the tools. You are connected to online. What do you do? And this financial fitness seminar is suited for everybody.
Okay.
You and I know that normally our 9 to 5 job salary cannot meet up the expectations. The expenses are piling every day because of the increase in the inflation. So what you need to do is you need to create alternatives ways of making money. Be you a banker, be you a corporate worker, be you a civil servant, be you a pensioner, be you a corp member that's just left school. You need to understand the need, that importance of creating money for yourself. You should understand why you need to grow your wealth. That is why this seminar is suited for all, regardless of your status. So it gives you opportunity to learn how to make money, especially e-trading, how to make money without leaving your office. People make money. For instance, I can trade foreign currency without having foreign currencies. without physically owning it. I can trade gold without physically owning it. So these are things you need to understand. If you have been trading in e-trading business before, if you have been trading in the financial market before, and you've not been making profitable, you need to come to this seminar to understand, to discuss with the gurus that are coming up, to understand the strategy and give you better strategy to be successful.
Okay. In case you're just listening, this is Today 95.1 FM, your premium talk, news, and sports station right here in the city of Port Harcourt. And we have been speaking to one of 2020, I term him one of 2020 most influential financial coaches. And he's here representing FXTM. The show is powered by FXTM. And they have put together for this new year, and it comes with a new year package for this new year, financial fitness seminar. Okay, if you want to learn, if you want to inculcate the habit of growing your finance from day to day, from month to month, from year to year, and leaving that convenient point you are into a more successful area, you should be part of the seminar. Mr. Petros, I would like you to give us the venue, the date, and the time again before we go.
All right. The event is a 2-day event coming up this Friday, 22nd of January, and also on Saturday, 23rd of January.
Okay.
Now, on the 22nd of January, the venue is at River State ICT Center, which is at opposite Air Force Pleasure Park, Alba Expressway. Why the 23rd on Saturday we hold at FSTM office in Port Harcourt here, by the address is 8687 Oluobasanjo Road, opposite First Bank. Now, to participate in this event, now because you are not paying for this event to acquire this knowledge, all you need to do, choose a date that is most convenient for you. It is for Friday. Send PH1 and send us an SMS to 080 955 32211. I repeat, if you want to attend the Friday event, text PH1 and send us SMS to 080 955 32211. Now, if you want to attend the Saturday event, text PH2 to the same numbers and SMS 080 955 32211. Now, listen. This program is not about enlightenment program. It will also try to empower people. Now, if you listen to me now, pay attention. The first 50 people to text PH1 or PH2 to 080 955 32211 will get and attend the event, be at the venue, be the first to be at the venue, can make extra income. We're not just trying to be among the first 50 that will get this free $10
on Friday or Saturday.
On Friday, on a Saturday. Text PH1 for Friday or PH2 for this Saturday and send us an SMS to 080 955 32211. Not just that. Someone called me yesterday and said, Mr. Petros, I would love to go to this business, but I don't have a smartphone. Not having a smartphone shouldn't be a barrier. No knowledge is waste. Smartphone you can get anytime, but this knowledge is ready to come. All you need to do, try and acquire the knowledge now. You can always get a smartphone. However, on Friday and on Saturday, number 67, 68, Oluobasanjo Road, opposite First Bank, that's FSTM office. Now, you need to, these events are free. We've positioned it already, the race has started. So you need to make sure you take the bull by the horn. Stop blaming the government. It is...
Dawo, eyele kammi. Udauma. Awari irioko. Akauke nang. We jireko. Abeg. Do. A diversion. Make we enter Today FM 95.1. And now waiting they happen. Nang they happen for Parakard. Mba, cause no vie.
Hey! Oh yeah, Oga Madam.
Your radio.
Time now reach for waiting they happen on top Today 95.1 FM. What God has joined together, let no finger put us on now.
Kwa Luciano Records again. Cover on the beat. Somebody tell Kanye West. Say boys they chop for your money for South. The beer they go with Danomo and Stout. What is he talking about? Oroja is dead and gone to his grave. I put the plant for his head, no be grape. Oh yeah, Thomas, sit down the house. I say make we change them to Makosa.
Regular stationary where we they carry everything as the word of God. They drop our heart. Itak. We carry them. They give the children of God. Doesn't forgetful. Say you have to carry your Bible and your high tie. You see that in way long count because I know they wait. I know they allow me to wait trouser enter my church. Hey. So people of Father God, I want to welcome you to waiting the happen cathedral. Love ambassadorial ministry.com.yahoo. OJs. My name never changed. My name remained Evangelist Prophetess Esquire. Funny ureme afasa to phone up and get the text mark panoko na fiawo obango wo uto maybe get the telephone after the utom the swaga baby the honorable minister for after and you may keep the pimple for on our face. And I tell you if you want to be a useless usefully so that even if you are a useless because you dey useless usefully you will still be what a relevance. What they say this is sense about comes out what be go lu was to bansa.
I know what if no be for you. Bring it back.
Okay, I'm going to the word of God. Open your Bible with me to the book of today, chapter 95, verse 1. FM. I want to enter spirit. I beg this song, now worldly song. Play something where go this play spiritual song. Which in the worry you say? I go just suspend you for my church now. Okay, let us enter the first word of God. The first Bible reading here. He say here that on the Waiting They Happen show. This is now Waiting They Happen show, but they look family crisis today. He said here that a married man, Mr. Ben Okri, found dead in an unnamed hotel when they come diagnosis him of drink poison. Shortly after he left for 6 years, left him in the hotel. That means the babe went on the date for over 6 years, leave him for the hotel. After she find out, say, he just marry one another babe under her nose. Meanwhile, this in babe now when don't marry under this in 6 years love and nose, don't get belly, and now the husband is a dead die. Now the woman is crying out for justice. She is crying out for justice because now her first pregnant. Now she get now she's crying out for justice that the killer, which is that other kill, where poison the husband drink, must be bring to justice. She must be bring to justice. Justice must cry out. Justice must prevail. This is the first Bible reading. Second Bible reading for this evening. A married man accusation in wifey of cheating on him with their landlord as she run to him for help after her husband don't beat them like say Messi no day for Bible. That is the word of God for you. The first mattress, a married man they see him for hospital where we say he don't dead die. They come find us and drink poison. Now in the kill him. Now, the woman now when he don't marry for this girlfriend for 6 years back, he kept belay for their first child. Now the woman they face, they cry say justice must be prevalence because now your husband is not going to be around. He doesn't around to be the father of the child. Second mattress, now woman with the husband they don't beat the con face. Come run away. I'm running away from the big